Hey everybody, it is Lorelia coming to you today. As you can see the title, another 70K business funding approval. Once again, I know it's been a while since I did an actual live. I know I'm streaming currently on YouTube and Facebook. And so if you are new to me, understand that I am not new to the conversation of credit, and I help real estate investors get access to six figures of more in business funding. So the particular approval that we're going to talk about today is five figures, and it's not six, but understand that is just one funding source. That is not the multiple funding sources that this particular client of mine is going to get access to. This is just one. But I'm here to just share with you that we are now in June. And so if you came into the new year saying that this is going to be the year that you are going to leverage business funding to do deals, then you need to tap into this conversation. And so I like to say what differs me from other people in the marketplace is I truly do help people get the funding sources that they are looking for, whether that is in credit cards, whether it's in lines of credit, whether it's in um, term loans. At the end of the day, understand the strategy of using unsecured money, which a lot of people like to say other people's money, and leveraging it to invest in real estate. And so, a unique thing that I help people do is to invest in asset based real estate. And so, if you understand what asset based real estate investing is the ability to get a mortgage, which is primarily suited for real estate investors. Hear me clear. We're not talking FHA, we're not talking conventional, we're not talking USDA loans. We're talking about asset based real estate investor loans. And the unique thing about real estate asset based loans, it is based on the asset itself. So it's based on the value of the assets, it's based on the rents that it brings in when it's a multifamily. It's also based on what you plan to do with it, whether it's a short term rental or what have you. But the unique thing, and the reason why most people cannot enter into that space of asset based investing is because they don't have the sufficient funds to enter into the market. Because unlike FHA, where people say 3% down, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not an investor vehicle because it's supposed to be. Now, this is if you're doing it the legal way. I know a lot of people are probably going to watch this video and be like, well, my cousins and them, they got a multitude of several properties and they're all FHA. Well, once again, like I said, if you're doing it legally, it is for first-time home buyers, and it's one property. It's not multiple. If you're doing the 3% down, but for those who are really serious about building generational wealth, building a portfolio, they understand that there are loans in the marketplace that are suitable for real estate investors. Because once again, the unique thing about asset-based loans is that it is based on the asset. So you don't need bank statements. You don't need W 2s. You don't need tax returns. It is based on the asset itself. But once again, the reason why people cannot enter into the market is because they need the business funding. And so that is what I help people with is that let's put those two together. Let's leverage the business funding, and with that, that will help you to put yourself in position for asset-based investing. And so that's why I tell people that business credit cards with business credit is not going to help you do this strategy. net 30 accounts is not going to help you with this strategy. This strategy is a strategy for serious minded individuals who literally want to enter into the market and understand that there is some skin in the game. It is nothing wrong with FHA, it's nothing wrong with USDA loans, conventional, what have you. But what a lot of people don't understand that there are other options. And that's where asset-based investing comes in, because it gives you the ability as a business owner, as a real estate investor who may not have things in order, that may not have the tax returns in order, that may not have bank statements in order, but the asset itself is sufficient enough to show the lender that they should lend on it, because the lender is literally going to look at the asset. But I'm not going to go real deep into that because I want to stay on title, another 70K in funding. So if you are on, whether it's YouTube or Facebook, if you go to Facebook on my business page, you will see the approval right there. If you go to YouTube on the community tab, you'll see the approval. So once again, there's a lot of people who claim to be in this industry, but unfortunately they can't give people any results. And if they do, a lot of people are getting, I'm gonna try to show it here, but I think it may be a glare. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a glare. Yeah, it's probably gonna be, yeah, I don't think it's showing good, not with a phone or what have you. Yeah. But anyway, um, most people will say, yes, Lorelia, I've gotten some business funding. And I always ask them, well, how much did you get? Oh, 10, 50, 10,000, 15, 30,000. And I always say, well, you know what? That, my friend, you can do yourself. You do not need someone like myself to help you get 10 or 15,000. But there are people out there that are telling people that that's what they can help them with. And by all means, I get it. Some people have never had the ability to of having access to credit more than $5,000. So the idea of getting 15 or 20 is eye-opening. But understand, I do not play in that sandbox. Sandbox that I play in is six figures. And like I said, that is just one funding source that that client will get, not multiples. And so the question is not how do you do it? How can this happen for me? The question should be, because understand the individuals who get those type of results understand one thing, that they are not the expert in getting funding. See, the thing is that people want these results, but they want someone to prove to them that they can get the results. And I always say the proof should be that people are out there doing deals. So even with everything going on, with people saying we're in a recession, or recession is coming, or interest rates are rising, or real estate is overpriced, understand moves are being made, and moves are going to continue to be made. You know that there's still going to be people buying. The last recession we were in, after the real estate crash of '08, people were still doing deals. I tell people all the time that that birthed my real estate my real estate start in wholesaling, was in a recession when banks were foreclosing on homes. I wholesaled, did a double close on a REO property. The point that I'm making is not, I'm not making this to be a wholesale video, but I'm making a point that deals are still going to be made. And are you going to be in position? Even if you just have access to capital to take part in executing on those deals. Whether you just want to get access to, you know, the amount of funding and just park it and wait for things, as they say, the bottom to fall out, you will be in position. But I always say, you know, I do this in real life. This is not play. Most people are doing a lot of talk service. no results to prove it. They've able to help people get a 10 or 15 or what have you. And then the other side of it is that you have people who truly get taken advantage of, whereas they don't understand. And I had a conversation with someone today. The funding waters is similar to a whole bunch of sharks in the water, and you're trying to swim in those waters and reach to shore. And so many people try to maneuver into this market by themselves with not having the understanding and then wondering why they don't get the results. So when you see things that I'm posting and you wonder, well, is that even possible? And understand this is nothing illegal, you know. This is not no, we're gonna do some little shady stuff to get. I tell people, your funding is not that important to me for me to put myself in jail. So understand, um, you know, I'm never gonna do anything to jeopardize myself as well as someone else. But these are strategies that have been here and have been played all, since the beginning of credit establishment. It's just that we are new to the conversation. So I tell people what I'm helping people do is not nothing new. But the thing is that lot of people don't know how to put the plate together to get the funding approvals that are, above six figures. And I tell people all the time, well, if you can do it, there's no need of talking to me because you don't need me. You know how to do it. And understand, and this is a whole nother video, but I'm not going to make it here. There are people that get access to funding and then now they can't even put the deal together. So there's a lot of things that people have to understand. There's a learning curve of understanding how to get the funding, of funding approvals are that high. And then there is the learning curve of, okay, once I get this money, how do I leverage? And I know right now I hear somebody saying, well, I ain't got nothing. Give me some money and I'll figure it out. Good luck. But not gonna, like I said, I'm already at the 12-minute mark. Not gonna make this video long, but understand, now is not the time to 6 months. We got another 6 months to the end of the year, and to sit and try to figure out how, what, who, um understand this is real life. So that is all that I have. If you interested in any resources, check the links underneath this video. I will be doing more videos, more on what I originally talked about, the strategy of the asset base, real estate, getting access to that type of money, asset based funding, but then partnering it with business funding. It is a game changer because most of the time people like, yeah, I want asset based lending. I want access to that money. But when it's time for the down payment, they don't have it. So once again, this is Lorelia. I am signing off and see you in the next video.